we want to make sure that our nav 1 button is on and the marker audio is on. Marker audio plays the Morse code in your headset indicating that you've intercepted the localizer. But just make sure that the nav 1 button is on at least. And we are now about 52 nautical miles out. We are going to reduce our altitude down to 4,000 feet, and we're going to remain at 4,000 feet until we are established on the localizer. We gradually want to pay close attention to the nav 1 window here and listen for that Morse code in our headset to make sure that we've intercepted the localizer for runway 7. As you can see in our GPS, we're getting closer and closer to the airspace. Normally when you get closer than 30 nautical miles to most airports, you'll intercept the localizer. As you can see in our nav 1 window, we're indicating that we have intercepted the ILAX signals. And on our primary flight display, we're showing the horizontal indicator identifying interception of the signal that's emitted from the runway to the plane. As plane continues to travel on its path, it will intercept the direction of runway 7. Once it gets at that intersection point, two things are going to happen. The heading button will turn itself off. The control of the plane and the signals that are coming from the runway will work together to turn the plane in the direction of the runway. And we're going to see that happen very, very shortly. Pay close attention to the heading button as it turns itself off, and the plane will bank itself towards the runway. The vertical indicator here has shown up here on our display already. As soon as the plane makes its turn, I just want to make sure that everybody sees how the heading button is going to turn itself off. Once that is done, we're going to control the descent rate of the plane using the approach button. So the plane is now making its turn. We're about 17 miles from the airport, and we have plenty of distance and time for the plane to adjust itself to the proper alignment that our runway dictates. Now I'm going to turn on the approach hold switch. The approach hold switch will control the rate of descent of the airplane. Right now we're traveling at 4,000 feet, and the vertical indicator is getting closer and closer and closer to the horizon. When it gets pretty close to the horizon, the computer and the signals will work together to guide the plane down onto the runway, and this button, the altitude hold switch, will turn itself off as well. So now we are on glide slope. We're established on glide slope. The plane is going to make some iterations horizontally and vertically to adjust itself onto the glide slope, and it's going to take the plane onto the runway. Now your job right now is to adjust speed and flaps, and we are about 10.9 or 10.8 nautical miles from the ILS system on the runway. This number, 10.5 DME, is always different than your GPS. Your GPS is to the airport, to the airfield. That's the distance to the airfield. But DME is the distance to the instrumentation on the runway. This gives the pilot an accurate distance to the destination. And we're going to watch the plane land itself. Roughly around 3 nautical miles from the airport, I'm going to cut the power off. The plane would have enough speed to glide itself down onto the runway. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial, as I did putting it on for you. If you have a chance to visit us on It's Tougher in Alaska, my GameSpy name is Coos Bay KK or Coos Bay Kilo Kilo. Or visit our website for the updates that we put on regularly. We have added heliports and a few helicopters and other nifty features, so do pay us a visit when you get a chance, and I hope to hear from you soon.